About a year ago, Zealand and Llama put out a video with a whole heap of good save ideas. There were so many good ideas on there. I'd done some of them. I thought it was a great video. But what I really liked, and what really got my interest, was the challenge at the end. Win the European Champions League with a club that's not based on continental Europe. Not one of the islands, like one of the two teams on Africa. Cueta and Melilla. Well, I'm managing Melilla. Challenge accepted, lads. This episode also serves as a bit of a basic guide as how to get your feet under the table at a new club as quickly as possible, like a few first day tasks and just things I do when I move in, and me forgetting to do things as well. Anyway, let's go check it out. G'day there, gang, and welcome to, well, I don't even know what I'm going to call this yet, but welcome to this save where we are playing with Melilla. I want to say it's Melilla. Where are we? We're playing with this team, as I said briefly in the intro, that I saw Zealand and FM Llama put this up on one of Zealand's videos. A link to that video is in the description here with some good save ideas, and this was one that fascinated me. That could I win the Champions League, the European Champions League, from a team that's actually based in Africa? I mean, we're still in Europe, obviously, because it's, you know, self-ruling Spanish territory and all that, but can we actually go out there and can we win enough games of football to get us A, to La Liga, which would be an amazing feat to start with, and B, get us across the line and get us to the glory of winning the European Champions League from, well, that's what's essentially the African continent. Let's get on with it here. Let's have a look at the club, the normal sort of stuff here. Look, I've just literally just decided I'm going to do this save, so this is might be a bit rough, guys. So look, we're going to play a pretty, at this stage, until I get to know the team a bit better, we're going to play a pretty standard 4-4-2 wing play, perhaps the 4-2-4 wing play or variations thereof with defensive midfielders or whatnot. We are in the bottom of the bottommost rungs in Spain. We are in the Spanish Federation's second group 5. The other team from this side of the Straits of Gibraltar got promoted, I think, last year. They're in the division above us, so we've got to get through. Well, look at what we're playing. We're playing Atletico Madrid's B team and like shit like that down here. So it's not going to be an easy ascent up the Spanish ladder. I did play some Spanish football on Twitch last year. This is a challenge for something new. I want to do something different, and there's other reasons why this club really makes me happy, and I'll show you one of them here, is that we have no staff. I can go and pick the staff and start with a full board of staff that I've picked that I can shape how I want to, and let's see how we go from there. So normally I'd go and place a job advert. Look, I am going to place job adverts anyway, but I'm also going to use the staff search screen for this save. I think we're already handicapped enough by playing by the challenge we set ourselves, without setting ourselves another handicap on top of that, by having to advertise and do things full inverted commas realism style. So look, there are a few guys here that we might get a hold of, and we might actually do the normal youth recruitment things and go and find some new players and whatnot. I think we're short of a striker. We'll have a quick look at the squad depth, shall we? Squad plan. I haven't used this much yet because of the saves I've done. So we've got 2 Jose's and a Jesus on the bench here. Jesus is on his way out by the looks of it. Defensively, we look all right. We've got 2 guys that can play in the centre. Any of those backing up on either side? No, they're not. Right, so that is good. We look pretty solid in defence there. All right, one of them is backing up there, though. All right, so we could do with a midfielder or 2. Wingers look short, and yeah, and there's a backup. Right, we got some squad building to do here. So yeah, but this is a reason to like this squad. We can build this squad. We can try and build for the future. We'll have a quick look at what the club expects here. I think we got the club expectations meeting here. So it's the normal kind of stuff. Really work within wage budget, grow the club's reputation, maximum 1-year contract for players over 33. Look, I wish they'd have go a little bit deeper into the youth, but we can push that once we've been here for a while. So they want us to make the playoffs this season. So that is well, the bar's set high, isn't that? With this save could end very quickly. That will do. I don't think we're in any position to be arguing. All I've done with my avatar is, I will show you in a sec, but all I've done with him is select the appropriate badges and make myself a general coach. I think I'm 10s in everything on the technical side pretty much, except the goalkeeping, and that's turned right down, and that's put into working with youngsters. And the other side, same. A couple of them are turned down to get that DDM up. I think all the DDMs above 8, so we're doing all right there. 20 outfield players in the squad, normal stuff. No more than 4 players have been registered for a different team. No more than 22 players. Can have more than 16 players aged over 23. All right. They must have 7 players who have been registered for the first team. Okay, that must be to do with having the B team and that sort of stuff. All right. So we've only got 20 players at the moment anyway. Maximum 22, minimum 15. Right, I need to go and meet the squad and play some friendlies, I think. And then we're going to come back and have a look. And we're going to hire some staff. And we're going to try and do the best we can. So goals other than that, yeah, I'd like to start some sort of youth intake for this and see what we can do. I do like a youth save. If not, we'll go scout our own youth guys. Our facilities, surprisingly, okay. I think we've got an 8,000 seater stadium, a 10,000, which is grass. So it's actually not too bad, but it was like built a while ago. But the actual facilities themselves, not too bad. Adequate training adequate training facilities and adequate youth facilities. So it's not too bad. So adequate academy coaching, that is okay, but the fairly basic youth recruitment, that's what I want to work on first when I get my board requests when we inevitably get promoted this year, because that's what's going to happen, right? Looking for staff. Yeah, really. What does he like otherwise? Highly balanced personality. Nah, trying to build a better team than mate. Sorry. Great name though. Great name. Right, so we got our first 2 signings from our first crop of loan farm players. So we've got Samuel Senande. Anyway, Samuel comes in. I'm looking at playing him in the inverted winger role over here and up front alongside our current striker, whose name escapes me at the moment, but is quite good. But he just gives us some more options up forward. Speaking of options up forward, we have signed this young fella, Bichi. Ababichi. What a great name. But he also comes on. He's got a great Holy Trinity. He's just played well in the under-20 cap that he's just got for Nigeria. Current under-Nigerian? Current under-20 Nigerian international. He's got good pace and that sort of stuff. He's got excellent trainability, so hopefully he can come through us through the leagues and, yeah, make a bit of an instant impact on the team. Tried to sign a couple of others, but they're all a bit high so far on their wage demands for what they really are. None of them are really going to make the first team straight up. I might have a look at bringing one of these goalkeepers in if I can get rid of one of our current guys, just so I've got an under 18 goalkeeper to play in the under 19s. In fact, that guy looks pretty good. Not bad at all. Anyway, so leave me to it. We'll sign a few more players. We'll get a couple more loan farms in. Not loan farms, trial farms in. And we'll play some friendlies. And, well, we might have some cult heroes lined up in the making. We'll see. We'll see. I wish I had the money to sign him. I really do. But I don't think I can really justify it. Too many good strikers. And I'm already over budget. I've overestimated on how much my budget could get rid of by getting rid of the players that are on the transfer market. Of course, I can't get rid of any of them, can I, at the moment? And that has left us a little bit in the poo with the finances. Where's the button? There it is. Yeah, overspending just by a little bit. And that's even with all our scout budget dumped into wages. So I have put a little dent in it, and we have got rid of a couple of players, but we could really do with a little bit more wage budget. But I'm not even going to bother moving that across yet, I don't think. That's last minute stuff. That'll give me a few signing on fees and that sort of thing. One of my tips for being successful in Football Manager is making sure when you know what roles people are going to play, go through and set up all of their individual training. So I'm going to be just playing a fullback on defend. His crossing's not that good for me to really be wanting him bombing up as a wing back. His marking and tackling are what he's there for. I need the extra defensive presence. He's got good pace. His positioning is good. He's got good aggression, so he will close down well and do all the things that I just want him to do as a defensive fullback there. When I say defensive fullback, I mean fullback on support. So I'm just going to go to his training here and make sure I've got him training as defender left, fullback on support. I find that helps get their training, familiarity, position, role, duty up much quicker by doing this. Yeah, they'll get there by you playing them there every week, but if they're training it, especially in the blue training sessions that I like to use, so like attacking movement, defensive shape, match practice, that sort of stuff, this will be the role I get trained in, and they'll get trained in these things, and this will go up here. So go through, do that for every player when you take over a new club, and that would be one of my biggest tips that I don't reckon gets talked about enough when you take over a new club. Another thing you need to do first couple of days at the club, well, I like to do anyway, is set up my scouting. So I've already moved all of my scouting budget. Apparently, I thought I had into transfer budget. Yeah, I have. So that's one trick. If you're a bit short on wages, you can always go to scouting budget here, move that across in your transfer budget, and then go down to as per normal in finances, and then adjust the budget slider in there. And you can free, especially in lower leagues, sometimes you can free yourself enough money up to get out of trouble. What we're going to do here, though, is set up our scout assignments. So first, we got to make sure we're set up to actually do them. Right, I'm set up to do the scouting, ideally. So let's go see if we can actually assign our guys. Okay, here's the two scouts I've signed. I decided Diego Oris. I reckon I got him because of his... No, he's only balanced. I picked him up because he was signed for us for cheap and didn't have a garbage personality. And Aloysia, I got him because he's Moroccan. So hopefully that will give us a little bit more local scouting. He's got outstanding knowledge of Spain as well, and he brings all of this scouting knowledge with him as well. So he could be better in his numbers, but we've got him for here, and hopefully that just widens our net a little bit with picking up some good youngsters here and there. Ideally, I want to put Diego on finding players as well, just because he's a little bit better. But I am going to get him scouting the next team for us as well, so we can start having like pre-match training and that sort of stuff. Because I can't do it at the moment. I think it's because I don't have I can't do the recovery one because I don't have a sports scientist. I think that's how that one works. And yeah, I can't do the pre-match because I don't have a data analyst. So I'm looking for both of those. But yeah, I thought this guy was quite a good pickup. However, he is just going to be scouting the next opposition for us for the moment. So he can do his assignments up here as well as in the other menu. I like to do them in the player here so I don't forget who's doing what.
A few moments later.
Oh, I can't look for scout next opposition yet. I can't work out where to do it. Anyway, I'll go find it. The first thing I would set up for is looking for loans anyway. So I'm going to send Alicia out looking for loans. Used to be able to create assignment from in here. Have they changed it, or am I missing something? Am I being a bit silly here? Oh yeah, there we go. There was a button for it. Thank you very much. So we'll get him on next opposition, and we'll get Alicia here looking for loans. And on oldies, transfer and loan. I think that's fair for minimum current ability because our current ability isn't much better than that. Looking for depth, and really we can't afford anyone. We're just setting this up for the sake of having it set up and them improving their knowledge. Right, there we go. They've changed all this a bit. Took me a while to find where everything was. You can tell how little FM I've played since it's come out. It's really good to sit down, just get stuck into a save and do this a little bit different. Not do it so much for camera, just playing more FM how I would normally play FM and kind of just talk up my way through it and still talk bullshit like I normally do. So I love talking bullshit. That's me. But a little bit less YouTubey perhaps, and a little bit more me just playing Football Manager. And yes, I just realised my camera's off. I'll leave it off for the rest of the episode and work out what the hell's going on there. Right, so I just missed deadline day because I was expecting the big deadline day thing. Of course, there isn't because this is lower league. I haven't been in lower league for a while now. I forgot about that. So we'll introduce you to the new signings in a minute, but I had to bring you this. I didn't set up my hirings and firings properly, and the big boss has decided to hire this guy, Sergio Granel, who isn't that good, to come and work for us. And he's going to pay him $900 a week. I'm paying my ass man like $250. I need to go and fix that. That's not allowed to happen again. Not at my club. No way. And accepted on behalf of the management. Right. I got to go fix that. So this would be another thing you would do early in the piece at a new club, is make sure you've got all your responsibilities set to how you want. Now, there's a lot of them. You can go through all of that and customize it as you go. But to stop stuff like that happening and paying $900 a week to a very, very average under 19s bloody youth coach, come and sort this out before your stupid board or chairman or whoever's running your club decides to fork out money when you're struggling to pay wages for players. Get 4 players for that. Stupid bloody so-and-so. So that's as far as our injured now. Well, I suppose now it's as good a time as any to introduce you to everyone. Right, so the previous manager signed all these guys before I come in. I mean, yeah, he must have been a panic signing. But we've got them now. They're here. Santos will be good when he comes good. He'll be one of my probably second or third or fourth strike option up front there. He's got good physicals. I mean, he's not great here, but he's got a bit of flair and he can learn to play that pressing forward role there and just be a bit of a link man as much as his passing's bad. Don't judge me. Right, so out of all the trialists we brought in, we signed this guy, Ababici. He comes in as an out-and-out poacher, basically, and that's what he's good at. So that's what the hell was that? That's what I'm just going to keep teaching him to do, is be a poacher. So reasonably good pace and acceleration, especially for this level. He's got a very good Holy Trinity for this level. His composure is not the best, but we're working on that. And I think, well, as you'll see shortly, he's going to have to start a bit sooner than I'd want. So he's new here. Samuel Sonati, he's probably going to start straight up, and he's going to start over here, funnily enough, but bear with me. Again, similar stats to the last guy. I'm really liking the inside forward role at the moment. So I'm playing him as an inside forward from out on the left there, coming in on his right foot. Ignore this. In the highlights, he's looked really good. He's in the right spots. He's doing the right things. I think he'll learn the position reasonably quickly. And we have other options to swing through that position anyway. So that works out well for team balance for the tactic you'll see later. So he come in on a free transfer as well. We brought in Collier, who was probably a bit of a mistake. He's gone straight to the under-19s. He's just a young goalkeeper. When I thought I had a little bit more money than I did, which I didn't, because we got this guy, Hugo Escobar, a much better backup keeper. Potentially will knock on to be a first-team keeper if he can develop enough playing for the Bees or in through the under-19s. He was a free transfer as well. And the guy probably most likely to get a fair bit of start time, well, due to injuries and cards, Adrian Gill. He's already showing signs of improvement. I like this lad. Driven personality, huge determination, 192 centimeters tall, and reasonably quick, agile. I mean, acceleration, yeah, could be better, but enough pace to stay at least in a straight line with most forwards at this level. And he's just a big chunky lad and will be a threat on the end of set pieces if pre-season is anything to go by. So as I mentioned before, we're running with this 4-4-2 variant here with inside forward Mazzala combination. We are going to see how it goes. We've played with wing backs before, and we know it works well with a wing back. So we're going to try with a fullback this time. I was struggling where to put Garcia because he should be playing here on his natural left foot, but we're going to play him here as the overlapping player and let him really get down the wing here. So if the AI managers start to attack me down here, we will have to look at repositioning something here, or even bringing the winger off here and parking a defensive midfielder here, possibly, or 3 at the back with a wide centre back. I'm not sure. That might be an idea, but we'll think about that later. Who should you watch out for in this team? Probably this guy. Jose Antonio Gonzalez, our best player on paper by miles, probably our best player not on paper in the preseason. Yeah, I'm not sure how long we get to keep this guy for, or I'd sell him in a heartbeat just to get the 2.2k off the wage bill and get some more young kids in, because as fantastic as he is, I mean, just look at that we're in what, the 8th tier here or something? I think it's the 8th tier. And look at that. I mean, that guy's almost getting a game in the championship, yeah? And we've got him. So Jose Antonio Gonzalez, I can't call him Speedy, otherwise we're going to have multiple Speedy Gonzalez's and a team at one stage. It's not going to work. So Jose Gonzalez, Jose Gonzalez there in the middle in the Mazzala role. He's one to watch. Just out of curiosity, memes, lol. It's my boy Checo. Sergio Perez in. I mean, he's there just for his good physicals. He did all right in one preseason game, and he showed me enough to think that, yep, he can play in that role there, at least till Sonade comes online a bit better. Danny Garcia scoring goals for fun. Absolutely scoring goals for fun in the preseason. 6 goals, 2 assists from 6 appearances, most of them only half games. I think he's going to be good. We did try him as a false 9 to start with, as you might remember. I think I showed you that. But we've gone with the pressing forward instead on attack, and I'm seeing better results for that. He's winning the ball and playing in his teammate, and he's winning the ball back and just causing all sorts of problems and making us having a bit of a lazier poacher here, a little bit more doable, shall we say. I think I already talked to you about Serrano at the back. He is going to be the big Franny at the back there. We're going to need him. Who else has popped up over the preseason that's impressed me in bits and pieces? Adrian Gill, when he's come on, the young fella, he's been quite good. Calm on the ball. Escobar, when he's had a chance to keep, he's been okay. Santos sold me as a stand-in forward. He really did. Absolutely sold me as a stand-in forward, and then when he got himself hurt. So we're looking forward to him coming back from injury. With the 2 injuries we have to Enrique, who also is one to look out for, our starting striker, and Suarez, would have been one of our starting central defenders. We have a slightly changed lineup, but other than like 2 spots here, and maybe not even these 2, other than the striker here, it's pretty much what we've been playing in the preseason. So we've got Salcido in goal, Garcia, Moises, Serrano, and Romero as the back 4. Nunez, Martin, Gonzalez, and Checo Perez. He will be Checo. I mean, that can't be unsaid now. Vichy comes in for a start straight away, the Nigerian young fella. What we want to look out for. I mean, I like the cut of his jib in the preseason without him scoring a lot of goals, but he did look good with limited time as well. And Danny Garcia, probably our main goal threat up front there. Right, let's get into it. Ababici, I love that name. What a great name. Checo Perez, we've got a few good ones straight up. Some cult heroes, perhaps. Let's see if we can start creating some more heroes here. Let's outstretch the arms. This is our debut in the league, guys. I'm going to pump the fists. It's a match we should be winning. They're not fussed by it. Just going to blunder through this as quick as we can. And get to the lineups. Rightio. Let's go and do this. This is exciting, guys. The first game of a new save. Always a time of trepidation. Will the new tactic work out? Are we going to play well anyway? Garcia gives the ball to Perez. Checo Perez at the top. Checo Perez goes himself, but he skies the ball. Harmless goes there for a goal kick for who are these? Naval someone. Naval Canero. Naval Carnero. Them. Those guys that nearly scored a goal against us. Those guys. That reminds me, I haven't had a look at the set pieces yet. And that would be the other thing you do when you first get to a club is sort out your set piece takers early in a piece, because you'll do what I do all the time and go, I'm going to set up my set piece takers and I'll forget about it. And then you'll go into a match like this and you have no set piece takers, no routines loaded, even though you got routines saved, because you know you play Football Manager all the time and you do that sort of stuff. And you've got a first competitive match of a new save that you're putting on YouTube, and you look like an organised mug. Anyway, we're having the run of the play here. Sergio Perez up the wing, comes onto his left foot there. So he wants to do. Gonzalez, the Mazzala, interacts well with him. That's that interaction we're after between those two. Let's keep an eye on that. Let's see if, after all the patches, that still is a good combination, because it's worked really well for me on Birmingham save. Oh, Serrano's hardly touched him there, and he's given away a penalty. Oh, this isn't good. David, is he going to be Dirty Sanchez? Yes, he is a filthy Dirty Sanchez indeed. David Dirty Sanchez scores for Naval Canero, and oh, dearie me. And we go down by a goal here at home. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. We got this. We're going to go throw out some encouragement. It might be a little bit late for encouragement. We're going to throw some out anyway. We have been playing a positive mentality the last couple of games. Perhaps it needs to come back to balance. And I don't like playing a low bot, but Bitchy is through here. Bitchy has got through behind them. Bitchy's shot is so good that it draws a save from the Naval Canero goalkeeper. And unfortunately, we don't see the highlight from the set piece, because we wouldn't, because I'm a mug and I haven't set up the set pieces, have I? I'll have to do that half time. All over him for XG too. We're going to point the finger. Not angry, I'm just disappointed. They inspired all of a sudden. Right, let's go fix some of these set pieces. Right, now I've given the lads a quick verbal rundown on how I want the set pieces to be taken at half time. Let's get back to the game. If I can find the right screen. There we go. Garcia is through. Garcia scores. Oh, I've missed a build-up play there. You guys would have got to see it, but I was fiddling around with my OBS because I'm down to one monitor at the moment, and everything's breaking down here today. Oh, that's a good bit of pressing play. See, that's why I've got Garcia on that pressing instruction, because he's always on the shoulder of the last man now. He's always up there, and he's good for taking that sort of chance, and that's where we look really good. It's an equaliser here, and straight away, my set piece instructions, the gentleman, just on a verbal rundown, execute it flawlessly, all but the final finish. Right, we are going to have to make a couple of fatigue subs here, and there's a couple of guys playing particularly poorly, if I don't mind saying so. Right, you, Sergio Perez, you can come off for the young fella, Sanandra, definitely not Spanish here. Apologies to any Spanish speakers who are upset by my pronunciation. I'm doing my best. Right, who are we going to do here? Speaking of Ababici, he is not playing well. So what do we do here? Do we do something a bit different? Because Garcia is not playing well back there, but perhaps we can get him involved. Rightio. What are we going to do? We're going to push Garcia forward. And we just play him as a regular winger on attack. Zande can go up there just as a poacher. Bitchy can come off for Martin. Danny Martin looked really good here in the preseason. Hey, I was really impressed considering he's a bit of a makeshift fullback there. But he did quite well. His crossing's good enough to not be completely look out of place when he pushes forward. But it's quite good. It's quite good. I was quite happy with him. I mean, he only come up as, 2.5 star? But I thought we're going to have to replace him, but he's actually quite good. We're going to run with him for a bit. And after talking Fran Serrano up, he's going to come off Aiden Gill. And we've made all 5 subs, have we? We've got 5 substitutes left, and we've made 3. think that's all I want to make at this stage. Do I want to bring Nunes off of Brown? Because Brown was very good preseason as well. And Nunes can play that side from memory. Yeah, he can. Let's give Garcia a chance. We'll go with that. See if the twin Garcias up front can actually get things going here for us and get the winning goal that we need. Right, we're going to pump the fists here. We're going to demand more from the entire team for the last little stretch here. Right, Gil wins the ball in the air, and that's what I saw him do a lot in the preseason. Alberto Martin does well. Martin with the ball finds M. Garcia. M. Garcia across finds Danny Garcia, and the ball eventually crosses the line. Danny Garcia, what a goal. What a goal. Whew. The two Garcias do combine indeed, with a hint of Alvarez in the middle there. I mean, Alvarez will be questioning his life choices there after that little mistake, but look at this, Garcia in heaps of space. And again, Danny Garcia in that pressing forward role, playing off that last shoulder, and it just causing problems. Whoa, this has turned out to be... yeah, you can come off now. Oh, come on. I was about to say, nothing from you, Dirty Sanchez. You've had enough impact on the game already. And yes, that's it. Fantastic stuff. Woo. What a fantastic match that was. Good stuff, lads. Good stuff. Love your work. Relieved as was looking nervous. Well, you didn't play well, lad, but... All right, we're going to go full out in the pros to start with. Very well done. We're going to get that team morale right through the roof. And Melilla up the top of the table here. I'll have to go and actually do some research on this and learn how to pronounce all these words properly, especially the team I played for. Right, I think we're going to punch through a fair few games here. And by a fair few, I mean a lot. It's an 18-team division. I want to punch through a couple of months, hey. I'm like thinking we come back maybe just before the World Cup for the next update on how we're going here. I mean, a lot of it for the first few seasons will be tracking the journey of a few of our young men that we've brought in under our wing here already, under our guiding wing here, and you know, let's teach them to play some volleyball, and then hopefully sell them for a filthy profit and upgrade this club. So yeah, I think the guys that I'm interested in following so far are Ababici here, Adrian Gill. I think he'll develop quite nicely, especially given a little bit of match time, and because of where he plays, he's going to get plenty of starts. So I think he might have a bit of a leg up on some of the others. Having said that, Bitchy's just giving me a 6.3 on debut. The poor dude. Wasn't expecting to have to start him, but never mind. And Samuel Sinande. He's the other one that we're going to keep an eye on, I reckon. They're not our youth, so they didn't come through our youth development, but they'll be the first youth that we've signed for the club that hopefully we can nurture and bring through. Also, the only real signings that we made in the transfer window, and we're 1,000 over budget. Oh well, we'll sort that out. Yeah, so perhaps we come back to you around here somewhere, and then perhaps around just before the winter break, and then perhaps maybe one more episode for the season. We'll try and get 3, maybe 4 episodes this season, and try and push through it, because there's a lot of leagues to push through here. There's a lot of stories to tell. And there's a lot of heroes to be made here. Well, I'm going to go play these games and start making friends with our new heroes here. My name's Waylons. Thank you all so much for watching. And I'll see you next time. Feels weird not saying that to the camera.